This really has been a year of expectations and concerns. Lord of the Rings of Power, the Game of Thrones prequel, My Little Pony, G5 even. It's like, oh, please be good. Let this content be good, I beg you. But here we are with the Mario movie trailer, where it's like, okay, will this put to rest the pessimism that so many of us carry when it comes to the idea of a Mario movie being done by Illumination, with the voice of Chris Pratt as Mario? Like, when you're told that initially, you're just kind of giving up hope. You're like, there's no way this is gonna be good. The company that makes Minions, where making films is kind of like an assembly line for them, along with Chris Pratt voicing Mario, and then you have Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. It's like, oh no, it's not gonna be good, is it? Well, you know what? The trailer dropped, and my God, I think I was wrong about some things, okay? First off, I gotta say, Illumination, I don't know if it's Nintendo leaning over your shoulder. I'm not sure if it's Miyamoto going like, yeah, you're gonna change that. Because this film has been in production for like several years. I think it's actually been over 5. And they kept delaying it. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with postponing projects if it means we're going to get a better final product. And for Nintendo, they must have been like, we can't miss the mark this time. We did the Mario movie, the live action one, that didn't go so well. We have to make sure this one works. Because video game adaptations are still kind of taboo. They haven't been done like perfectly. Or the ones that have been done well, like Castlevania or Arcane, have not hit like cinematic top tier levels yet to really like put the hatchet in the doubt of, could video game adaptations for the big screen or TV shows or streaming services, could that work? And I think like that entire stereotype or stigma, whatever, any kind of preconceived notions of like video game adaptations just inherently do not work. It's like, that's not true. They can be done. I think maybe because of demographics have been shifting, where you got millennials who are now adults who are like, well, I grew up with Sonic, so yeah, I'm gonna watch the Sonic movie. Or, hey, Arcane was very, very well done. It's exceptionally good. Same thing with Castlevania. So we're actually seeing like real talent being put to work to demonstrate that video game adaptations, when done right, can be good and critically well-received and financially successful. So here it's Mario's turn. Oh my God, the big guy himself. Can it be done well? Can it even be done well via Illumination doing it? Well, the answer, at least according to this trailer so far, as far as like basing off of that alone, is yes, I think they can. This trailer looks great. Bowser looks phenomenal. The entire setting with Bowser's castle, with the Mushroom Kingdom, it looks wonderful. The characters look great, the setting, everything. God dang, there's some action shots where I'm like, that's phenomenal. Illumination made this? The guy who did the screenplay for Rise of Gru is writing this movie, and the folks who created Teen Titans Go are directing this film, and that's their product right there? Well, holy God almighty, give me a slice of humble pie, because I was wrong. Based on this trailer. Gotta say that. Haven't seen the film yet, and this is just a trailer, but this trailer has done a very significant job at giving folks a little bit more optimism, a little more pep in their step, that this film could be good. So Illumination, like seriously, well done. It's so weird to see Mario and Bowser with such high fidelity. It's like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to seeing them that well done, looking that high quality and that well made, but here we are. Now, as far as video game adaptations go, if this movie breaks $1 billion, I think it will set a precedent where now it's like, it's open season. Video game adaptations can just go wild. I would love to see a Zelda series. I would love to see one with Metroid. Halo, well, Paramount Plus, you know. But it goes to show that there are people who want to see these stories with these video game characters. And the challenge being is like, well, how can you take someone like a Mario or Zelda or Metroid, Samus, and put them in a position where they talk and have dialogue and actually can carry a movie? Because putting yourself in as a character and playing as them is very different than watching them on the big screen. But Arcane and Castlevania and all these other properties have proven that it can be done. If done correctly, it can be done. There's an audience for it. I'm excited at the prospects of that. What else can come from this emerging market? Can Mario be the tip of the spear to set a precedent that it can be done? Now, my other concern is the following, is that the Mario film itself is becoming another battleground over another subject that has been permeating throughout the industry for quite some time when it comes to animation, and that is voice actors. It is no secret that professional voice actors have been treated like second-class citizens when it comes to the industry. That you see them in series, TV series, streaming services, whatever, with like shows. But when it comes to the big films for like, okay, who's going to be voicing in this DreamWorks film, this Illumination film, even Pixar, Disney? And it's become this thing where the people who are casting these roles go, well, let's get a big A-lister with a big social media presence so we can use it for marketing purposes. It's recognizable. Some folks will go see a film because you have Kevin Hart voicing a character, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or whatever, with like the super dogs and the superhero Justice League animal Warner film that came out. I actually forgot the name of the film. I watched like a few months ago. I can't even recall. But it goes to show that it's like, okay, voice actors aren't just sought after for their voices now. It's because they're used in a way of like, well, can we use it for marketing as well? And unfortunately, this all started with Robin Williams against his wishes. And this is where it has led to so far. And for someone like Chris Pratt, it's like, oh, yeah, you can voice in the Lego movie. You were Emmett in that film, and I think that was good casting. An application made that work, and you can voice act. But Mario? Mario? Really? In the trailer, he sounds like Linda Belcher. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. It sounds like Linda. And I feel like a lot of folks dogpile on Chris Pratt. And of course, folks have their reasons. But I personally think he gets a little bit too much hate. Though at the same time, I'm like, oh, come on, dude. Like, I don't think you're really fit for this. Ben Schwartz killed it as Sonic. He absolutely nailed it. Chris Pratt as Mario, it ain't doing it for me. Now, Jack Black as Bowser, that I'm here for. When I first heard Bowser talk, I'm like, is that actually Jack Black? It just sounds so different. And then I heard his voice coming through, and I'm like, this works. My God almighty, Jack Black can do this. And you have actors who are A-listers who are also good voice actors. I mentioned Ben Schwartz, Mark Hamill as the Joker, Jack Black, he was Poe and Kung Fu Panda, and he's also, of course, Bowser in this film. It's like you've got those actors who do exist. They have the latitude and the flexibility of being, I can perform on stage, or I can perform for a film, I can do the live action stuff. I can also be a voice actor because I have a voice for it. I have range, or my delivery with my own brand of voice is so unique that an application with the proper role, it can work. Chris Pratt, though, as Mario? I don't know. Charlie Day from Always Sunny as Luigi? Now that can work. I'm excited to hear that. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong? I don't know about that. Thun, 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 as he hits his chest. It just goes to show that Danny DeVito should be Wario. And if he's not, then what are we doing? Then what's this film being made for, right? No, but it goes to show that you have the occasional voice actor who is an A-lister who can make it work. Then you have other folks like a Kevin Hart where it's like, you're not really a voice actor. You can voice act, you can provide your voice, and an application to the right role, it could work. Let's, call a spade a spade. You're showing up here because you put butts in the seats for marketing. People go, Kevin Hart, I love Kevin Hart. I'll go watch Kevin Hart film. Versus fighting Polygon Team. No, we're actually working towards the Super Smash Brothers expanded universe here at the Mario film when it ends. You're gonna have a Link walk on the screen, go, ha! But ultimately, though, Kevin Hart and his voice, it's like, that's just Kevin being Kevin. Chris Pratt, I feel the same way. It's just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. I don't expect much range, and he's kind of said he can do this. I don't see it really happening. I don't think he has the ability to really capture Mario's voice. And you have like Charles Martinet, who is the original voice of Mario. And there's this entire thing where it's like he was done dirty. And I can agree with that. Charles could have done a voice. And folks are like, well, it would be grating to hear I'm a Mario for like, an hour and a half. I can see that argument. I can see how that could be not fun. But also Charles Martinet is a voice actor. You can shift it. I'm sure you could have done a bit more of a grounded Mario voice for the film. But ultimately, I feel like Hollywood goes, it's Charles Martinet. No one knows who Charles Martinet is. We're gonna bring in another actor to do this because these big actors are what put butts in the seats. And we saw that also with like the Scoob movie, where it's like, why? Why have like this? I forget who is the actor who did Shaggy's voice, but it sounded like a pathetic impersonation of Shaggy. And then you have the actual person, like Frank Welker. Like, he did Scooby's voice. I'm pretty sure Frank does Fred's voice. I think it's Frank. But like, bring in the voice actors. If you want to actually make this a good performance, bring in the voice actors, especially when they've been doing the grind for years and years. Bring in Grey Delisle as Daphne instead of, let's cherry pick an A-lister just so we can use their social media accounts and it can be trendy. So yes, voice actors are done dirty. I can't shake that feeling when it comes to the Mario film here, where it's like, you're lucky that some of these voices can work, as Jack Black has demonstrated. But also you've got, of course, Chris Pratt, not so much. And it just highlights the injustice voice actors face in the industry and just rubs me the wrong way. But as far as the visuals go and potentially the story, I feel good going to this movie. I feel a lot better about the voice actors, but the linchpin here is Chris Pratt as Mario. I don't know if he can do it. And to think that we might soon discover, and it's manifested before us, that, oh, this does not work, guys. Or even more of the dreaded, my buddy Tom said it, the isekai, or isekai? What if Mario gets isekai'd? Which is like, when you're taken from one world and put into another. Where it's like, oh, I've been transported to a world, and what if it's like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, where he's just a normal guy, and because Mario's from Brooklyn, and he gets transported to the Mushroom Kingdom, and it's like, what will that actually be the case here? Or my buddy Tom also said, what if it's like Chris Pratt is like the dad of some gamer who's like, put down the controller, I don't understand games, and then he gets put into the body of Mario, where it's like, that's not Mario, it's some guy who is like possessing Mario. Oh my God, I would hate that. I would hate that so much. So I'm still a little bit concerned about what the story could do. It could throw a haymaker and completely knock us out with some really dumb plots, but it's Nintendo. So I have faith. I think they know their property well enough to hopefully make this work. And that them breathing over the shoulder of Illumination to bring their A game is working more in our favor, that we will get a good film. That all being said, I feel a lot more confident about video game adaptations at the moment. I feel a lot more optimistic about the Mario movie. I look forward to checking it out. I still have my concerns. I still don't feel good about the voice actors and how they've gone about that. But hey, I'm ready to be proven wrong. So let's see what you got, Chris Pratt. Hold out your arm to Yoshi like you did with Jurassic World and Thunder Guns, right?